The secret to achieving your goals. Ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I want to begin today with a simple question. Have you ever felt that your dreams were just too far away? That no matter how hard you tried, the road to your goals seemed filled with mountains, storms, and endless walls? If you have, you are not alone. Because behind every success story in history, there has always been a human being just like you, just like me, someone who started small, who struggled, who faced failures, but who discovered a secret. And that secret, my friends, is what I want to share with you today. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, in a small town, there lived a boy named Daniel. Daniel was not born rich. He didn't have connections, he didn't have influence, and he didn't even have the confidence to believe in himself at times. What he had was a dream. He wanted to build a life where his family no longer had to worry about food on the table, where his little sister could go to college, where his mother, who worked 2 jobs, could finally rest. But dreams, as you know, are heavy to carry when reality presses down on you. Daniel worked late nights, mopping floors in a diner. Every coin he earned felt too small compared to the size of his dream. People told him, "Be realistic. Settle for less. You're not meant for more." And many nights, he almost believed them. One evening, as he cleaned the diner, he noticed an old man sitting at a corner booth. The man seemed tired but kind, and he asked Daniel why he looked so burdened. Daniel shared his worries, how impossible his dreams seemed. The man smiled and said, "The secret to achieving your goals is not in what you get, but in what you give. Success is never built by chasing it for yourself alone. It's built by lifting others along the way." Those words stunned Daniel. Until that moment, he thought his dream was all about climbing higher, pushing harder, and fighting alone. But here was a stranger telling him that the secret was not about the mountain he had to climb, but about the hands he could hold as he climbed. Friends, let me pause and ask you, how many of us think achieving our goals is all about ourselves? Our grades, our promotions, our bank accounts, our houses, our cars. But the truth is, real success, the kind that lasts, the kind that fills your heart with peace, comes when your goals are tied to something bigger than you. When they are connected to kindness, compassion, and humanity. Daniel took those words to heart. The next day, instead of only focusing on himself, he looked for small ways to help others. He shared part of his tip money with a coworker who was struggling to buy groceries. He helped his sister with her school projects. He volunteered at the library to tutor kids who couldn't afford extra classes. And something unexpected happened, his life began to change. Suddenly, people noticed him. The manager at the diner saw his dedication and gave him more responsibility. The parents of the children he tutored spread the word, and soon he was earning money teaching. His sister's grades improved, and she won a scholarship. His mother no longer carried the burden alone. And Daniel realized the truth: when you give, you grow; when you lift others, you rise yourself. Now, you may be asking, what does this have to do with goals? Isn't success supposed to be about hard work, persistence, and discipline? Yes, those matter. They matter greatly. But let me tell you something: discipline without compassion becomes a prison. Hard work without purpose becomes exhaustion. Persistence without kindness becomes arrogance. The real secret, my friends, is alignment, aligning your goals with love, humanity, and generosity. Let me share another story, one closer to home. There was a young woman named Sarah in Chicago. Sarah wanted to start her own bakery. She had talent, but not money. She baked out of her small kitchen, delivering cakes to neighbors. One day, she heard about a homeless shelter nearby. Instead of throwing away leftover bread, she began donating it. She didn't think much of it, just a small act of kindness. But one winter night, a local reporter visited that shelter. He tasted Sarah's bread and was deeply moved by her generosity. The next week, her story was in the newspaper. Suddenly, customers poured in. Within a year, Sarah had her own bakery. Today, she doesn't just sell bread, she employs single mothers, donates daily to shelters, and teaches free baking classes for underprivileged youth. Did Sarah achieve her goal? Yes. But how? Not only through flour and sugar and hard work, but through compassion that turned into opportunity. Her dream was never just about her, it was about the people she touched along the way. And here lies the emotional climax of what I want you to hear: if you want to achieve your goals, don't make them only about you. If your dream is only about yourself, it dies with you. But if your dream lifts others, it lives far beyond you. Think about the greatest leaders in history: Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela. Did they dream only of themselves? No. Their goals were tied to humanity, and that's why their legacy still breathes today. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, but I'm not a leader, I'm not rich, I don't have influence. Let me tell you, kindness is free. Compassion requires no wealth. Generosity begins with a smile, a helping hand, a word of encouragement. You don't need to wait until you're successful to give. Start giving now, and success will find its way to you. The path to your goals will never be straight. There will be setbacks. You will fail, you will doubt, you will want to give up. But when your dream is not just for you, when it's tied to the lives of others, you will find strength in places you never imagined. Because you're no longer carrying just your own weight, you are carried by the gratitude, the love, and the prayers of those you've lifted. Let me give you an image. Imagine climbing a mountain. Alone, every step feels heavy, the air feels thin, and the peak seems far. But if you're climbing while pulling someone up, something miraculous happens. Every step has meaning. Every breath has purpose. And when you finally reach the top, the view is not just yours, it belongs to everyone you lifted. That, my friends, is the secret to achieving your goals. So today, I challenge you. Don't just dream of success. Dream of significance. Don't just aim for wealth. Aim for worth. Don't just ask, what can I achieve? Ask, who can I help along the way? Because when you tie your goals to humanity, the world conspires in your favor. Doors open. Opportunities come. People rally behind you. And even in your darkest moments, you will never walk alone. My friends, the boy named Daniel. He didn't just build a life for himself. Years later, he built a community center where young people could learn, grow, and dream bigger than he ever had. His goal was once just survival. But because he tied it to generosity, it transformed into a legacy. The woman named Sarah. Her bakery is now a chain across several states. But when asked what her proudest achievement is, she doesn't mention profit. She says, "It's seeing children who once ate my bread in shelters now working as bakers, chefs, and entrepreneurs themselves." This is the power of compassion. This is the secret to achieving your goals. So the next time you feel lost, the next time the road feels too long, remember this: you were not born just to chase success. You were born to create impact. You were born to turn your goals into gifts for the world. And I promise you, when you do that, when your heart beats not just for yourself but for others, you will achieve more than you ever imagined. Not only will you reach your goals, but your life will become a light for others, a story of hope, and a legacy of love. So go out there. Work hard. Stay disciplined. Be persistent. But above all, be kind, be generous, be human. Because the secret to achieving your goals is not in what you take from the world, but in what you give back to it. Thank you.